The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervalette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Ex Nervalette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't—
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
But didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, we should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help the root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come. Done my best to separate the power of the sea from the whale. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together. The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. A chance will present itself.
Thingy over there. What? Really scary.
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
Water jet!
Manifest the authority of the ancient dragons. Witness the might of the primordial sea.
Water jet! Go! Water jet!
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but Oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the... Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at...
That power. Who are you exactly?
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk. It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed so you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, his name is Sertologi.
Huh?
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The Fowl?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfulnir then? Or Gold Rhine-daughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard! Rhine-daughter's part of the Hexen Circle.
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, but I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhine-daughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Wait! Didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon?
Actually, never mind that. That the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its... Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here! All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry! Hey, lend a hand! Look! The water's receding!
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
We're saved.
The prophecy was wrong.
The soil renewed. The Sweet Divasula talks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently... Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a sea when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. Miss Charlotte.
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside...
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dearly important to you then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed.
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, the boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive...
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid...
Really? Well, then in that case...
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of recent...
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well, then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah, Siegeween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween. Over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the...
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some...
Other than that flying ship, I got...
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the...
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day.
I'll just leave the spotlight. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his three...
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that...
Oh, actually, what about you?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will mine. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those...
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Tell me...
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the under... Stop the docks. Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others at...
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to...
Trick a friend.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have...
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave under...
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte's...
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help. So...
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. What? After Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations.
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks. Furthermore, Father did also lend
That's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking...
I would agree, but I've also heard that...
So there's some
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave.
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to...
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my
Are you going to take the gnosis back?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With some switching my masks is something Well, that depends on many things. No one truly... As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall get...
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, traveler, Paimon, you take...
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out... I guess this must be life. All right, then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte out. Shall we go see how Neverlette's doing? Of course. The entrance to the fortress. Ooh, he really is there. So, you really are here, Neverlette. I didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. In any case, you came at a good time.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us. Whoa. So that's what happened? Focalor destroyed the divine, but Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontainians from dissolving.
For me, the Fontainians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar. But so long as those primordial... In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans. And
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Focalor finally made it.
it seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, but whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most. As for the judgment passed by the oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association, or Focalor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that...
Guess Focalor had Fontainians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was... hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans...
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how
Yeah! Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine...
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later
Paimon sorta gets it now.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that.
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the I related Focalor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the opera.
But she's...
You need not worry. I will make arrangements. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her...
What about you then? What are your plans now that...
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and...
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Yuta...
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power... As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem.
That's true. That power people's faith in the Hydra Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay.
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crime. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, the Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need them. As such, it has lost all meaning for If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary...
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can...
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development. Natlan is also the nation of war. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiator. The Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his...
The Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine, ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be...
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like... There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the knave that I believe may be useful to you. The Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
The Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui Harbinger doing their thing.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before... Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the nose. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was...
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet?
What next?
The all-devouring... I can finally catch the scent of your power. What it's made. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such...
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the... It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from... To live in itself is a blessing. But once...
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my...
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And...
Master never mentioned them. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful...
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces.
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play...
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by... I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element-compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed. I wonder, does your body...
Like being able to use No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all? That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck! Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way!
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine...
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god.
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as rain. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the...